question isn't what are we going to do. The question is what aren't we going to do.
Yo. I heard y'all need some food for the mind, for the soul, for the soul.
They open the door. They think he's a righteous dude.
Right. Welcome back to the NYP podcast. And to be honest, a lot has happened. And if I'm, going to be honest, being here again is actually pretty weird, to make it as far as we did. We've done a lot over the week, 2 weeks since the last post. I know I'm not as consistent on YouTube, but I am consistent on TikTok. I'm gotta remember to edit this, okay? But yeah, been very consistent on TikTok, about 2 videos a day, keeping my streak of just being me on there. But as we do got to get to the promotions, like I said, follow me on TikTok. Hit the link in the descriptions. Make sure, you know, make sure you subscribe. All that good stuff. But the main thing is that if you want me to promote or do a collab with you, look in the link in the description on the ways to contact me, and actually be pretty easy. I'm always down for the experience. And even better, I didn't even say that. Yo, we got a surprise. We got a surprise on coming this Friday. I'm recording this on Wednesday. You're most likely going to see it by the time this is posted. But we got a surprise. This is actually pretty fucking crazy, and I like it's so exciting. It's so exciting because it's just like the real movement, and in reality, you just gotta thank God for it. I know I'm beating around the bush, but I got to because it's still a surprise to me, and I don't really want to say too much until it happens. You know what I mean? And that's just a lot of what's going on. Like, a lot of things are happening, a lot of things are changing. I don't know if I look different from what I did 2 weeks ago. I feel different. I think different, and it's all because of just reflection. And in all reality, it's just like it's a lot of thinking. One of the things that had that real conversation with myself of just realizing where we are now. Like we are stronger as individuals, but as a community, we're very weak. There is a lack of trust in us as a community. And in reality, that's kind of what I'm trying to create with my TikTok. I want to create a community. I want to be myself and be able to be accepted in who I am, because I know for a fact that there's someone else out there who haven't learned how to accept who they are, so then they can become the person who they want to be. And that's exactly what I'm doing. Those are the things I'm doing. The working out, the can't tell y'all that. Can't tell y'all what I'm doing on my as a hobby, but we look good though. We look good. I think we do. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if you can see it. But yeah, I feel like, clothes is getting bigger, bro. Like, what? This is different, nigga. This is different. But I don't know why I'm using like this. I know this probably like kind of annoying to look at, like me holding the mic like this, but it don't make much of a difference to y'all. Do it, y'all, as long as you can hear me. As long as you can hear me. Uh, so one thing that I've been seeing a lot lately is this whole Russell Wilson and like Future thing, and it's so stupid to me. It's so dumb. Like, the fact that this is even an argument, and it comes back to in full circle of just realizing what our priorities as a community really is. We really go back to the community thing. Our community as a whole, not just like black community or anything like that. It's just a community as a whole. The people who live and think in this mindset, and the fact that we're actually having the conversation that somebody make the wrong decision. And it just made me think. I even made a little video about it, but I didn't post it. I might post it. You'll know what I'm talking about. But if I make the decision to post it, but it's the like the realization that we're literally letting somebody who clearly chose correct and still ended up successful. You like let alone the fact, why are we even saying anything about someone else's life or what their choices or what their decisions are? I think in all reality though, we got to be completely honest. Why are we even comparing Russell Wilson to Future? Like, Future literally has how many kids, dude? And what is he always doing in front of a camera somewhere else? Like, we don't know what happens behind closed doors, but the image that is carried out is a lot different than what he's probably actually doing. And then that whole thing is just like, we got to realize that we're looking at images. We're not actually looking at the people. We're looking at the image that they create. And in reality, why is it lame to be a stand-up person? Genuinely, let's really talk about that. Why is it lame to be a stand-up person? I think one of the biggest changes in my life is when I finally said and did the things that I said I was always going to do, like taking myself seriously, being consistent with the gym, being consistent with my channels, and it that's just, I feel like that's not really about, it's not really about what it, like that, just being like, just being consistent. It's more of just being a man. I'm not. I'm still learning how to do this man thing. But in reality, I think one of the main things about being a man is being a man of your word, right? But here's a hot take. Don't even look. If you probably, know me, okay? You know me at this point. You know that your boy was a father slash stepfather. All right, so I'm not being biased, right? Because I actually just learned this. Like, I actually just had this realization. And it's really about the fact that a stepfather is insanely 3 times more stronger than the actual father. Because at the end of the day, a random man is taking on a fight that isn't his and winning. A random man is taking on a fight that isn't his and winning. That the man who started the fight is running away from. And it's just like, it just comes down to holding yourself accountable. And I think that's one of our biggest things as a community, is that if we really just sit together and hold ourselves accountable, hold each other accountable, and we like, not all criticism, not all criticism is destructive criticism. Like, are we coachable? I literally just said that. Like, are we coachable as people? Are we able to sit and talk and have a real collective dialogue with each other? I don't know why I use that big ass word, but are we going to sit and actually have a real dialogue with each other and just talk about what we're doing wrong, what we're doing right. And to be honest, I know how media works. Like how we said with Future, we don't know what he does behind closed doors. Hell, y'all really don't know what I do behind closed doors because it took me 2 weeks to even do this. You know what I mean? But like all you really can see is that there's the subtle changes, the subtle differences of who and what we are now. You know, because nobody's seen when Future cut his dreads off. They seen him with that afro though, and he instantly gained like 20 years on his body. Nobody's seen what Russell Wilson was doing in that gym, but we seen that fucking arm. Dude, I don't even get into sports. I don't even get into sports, but that motherfucker had a cannon on him. He had a cannon on that arm. Oh my gosh. I wish I could I would put that up. I would literally put that up because that had to be one of the most impressive things. And the fact that they still lost that game is insane to me. It's insane to me. Russell had that cannon on that man. Like God. That's how I feel like it sounded. But yeah, we don't know what happens behind closed doors. We barely know what happens in front of our faces. Can we be honest about that? Like we sometimes we literally have to look at each other and be like, what the fuck just happened? Let me check something. Like we literally have to ask what just happened. You know what I mean? And that's the real thing about communities that when you don't have nobody to trust, when you don't have anybody to trust in any moment, you know, we can't trust in each other. We can't trust each other. We can't really have that dialogue because we don't believe a word that's coming out of each other's mouths. And the real reason why we don't is because we're all lying to ourselves. And I say that sincerely. And the only reason why I can say that is because I had to get out of that. I had to stop lying to myself. I had to start finally telling the truth. Because in reality, I was supposed to make this video 2 days ago. I was supposed to make this podcast episode 2 days ago. But I just kept putting it to the side in a way. But then when I finally say, you know what, no, we're doing it today. And look at it. Look at it. Believe it or not. It's not it's like this just the just holding that accountability. Because you would have never known that I went 2 days extra of procrastination. You know? This is something that I want to do for myself. I want to make this content. I want to share my stories and my realizations because I know that someone somewhere out there just needs that refresher. Because if I had figured these things out sooner, I think I would have been a lot further. Like, just genuine integrity. Integrity goes a long way. Apparently, right now, we're boycotting Hulu and Disney Plus. And I didn't know that. Mind you, this, right? I love me some Hulu, okay? I love me some Hulu, and I was actually going to resubscribe to Hulu. The only thing is, though, is that I had to put real priorities before Hulu. You get me? I had to put living before Hulu. I had to put my future before Hulu. In reality, I was boycotting Hulu on accident. But now I'm doing it for the sake of I'm a part of the movement. You know what I mean? But there's just so many of us who's literally contemplating on should we or should we not on doing simple things like just switching to Netflix for a little while. You know what I'm saying? Switching to Tubi is free. You know what I mean? You'd rather continue to give your money to a cause you wouldn't support if it was right in front of you because you actually like the things that hurt you. Oh man, that's just like that Kanye song. Why all the things that's supposed to be bad make me feel so good? And that's the thing. We think that's love. We think that's love. Ooh, but love never felt good. You only can truly experience love in the absence of it. You can only experience love in the absence of it. Because when you have it, you can't handle it. Think about it for real. Mom used to work 12-hour shifts for you. Put food on your table before you got home from school, and then tucked you in, read you that bedtime story, whatever. You think mom was smiling the whole time while doing that? You think mom was smiling the whole time while doing that? And the only thing you know about that entire altercation is that she was yelling at your ass because you was trying to run in the house. But when you really think about it, she ain't yelling at you because she don't love you. She yelling at you because she don't want to see you get hurt. She don't want to see you trip on that rug you tripped on 2 times before. She don't. She getting sick of it. She getting sick of you hurting yourself. That's why she yelled at you because you ain't feel the love beforehand. You complained about having the chicken teriyaki for the third time this week. So now she's spazzing at you because she just worked that 12-hour shift in order to be able to afford that chicken teriyaki. You don't feel love until it's in the absence of it because the moment you finally move out, the moment you move out, the moment your mama ain't doing your laundry no more, that's when you start realizing, dang, had it good, didn't I? Because that's the absence of love. You don't feel love while you in it. In reality, you're not even supposed to feel love. But at the same time, love doesn't have a feeling, and if it does, it doesn't feel good. Now, I know that's a crazy take. I know that it is. But you have to think of it in the way of love is more than just doing for. Love is more than just for it, but it's for the good of it. We do things, the things that we hate to do is actually for the love of ourselves. You think I want to go to the gym? You think I want to make a video that's only going to get like a view and a half? Yes, I have. Somebody only had one eye open while they was watching. A view and a half. And the one is me on a different phone. You think I want to basically be disappointed when I don't see the 27 billion views on one video? But at the end of the day, that this isn't just for the day the one sees it. This is for myself and who I used to be in a way. You know what I mean? Who I used to be before I had this knowledge. He or she, if I was a freak, wait, I'm not editing that out. You heard what I said. Needs the someone like me to tell them that, hey, it hurts to be great. Sometimes we really forget that pain is a part of the riddle. But you gotta love the game. You gotta love the game. That's what Kobe been telling us. Kobe, Kobe Bean Bryant has been telling us that he loves the game more than he loves the championship. Because he's the first one in training and the last one to leave. Because he's in love with the game. That's the process, not the reward. The process. The process to success is success. I may never reach 1 million followers. I may never reach 100,000 views per video. I may never reach 180 pounds. But I know if I gain 1 follower today, I'm moving forward to that goal. If I get 100 views on today, I'm what, 1% there? If I lose a pound this week, I know I'm moving in the direction I want to be. Because it's not about the goal, it's about the journey. I can like, and I say that because my journey has and still sometimes feels like hell. But I wouldn't be able, like we keep coming back to, I wouldn't be able to tell you or warn you about these experiences, about how to get through these parts, about what to do, about how to think, about how to keep going if I didn't have to ask myself those questions every day. Kanye made a song called See Me Again. Well, Never See Me Again. And it was basically about like it's perceived to be a song that he made while contemplating suicide. And it's pretty horrifying. It's scary because it's like you got to think about it, like that's always going to be on his back burner. That is something that he created that is now in the back of his mind all the time. Cuz you never lose those thoughts. You will never lose those thoughts. But you have to sit. You have to sit in that realization that those thoughts are the things that created you today. I know it sucks. I know it sucks to be reminded of the past. But Kanye lost his mom, his marriage with Amber Rose, or soon to be marriage with Amber Rose, fell short. And it was something else. I think it was just like, it was just a bad time for him. And I understand that because it's like, when you lose your anchor, when you lose your anchor, you lose the ship. When you lose the anchor, you lose your ship. Now you just drift. You still a ship. You just can't stop now. Because if you stop, you ain't going nowhere but down. It's the only reason why you stopped. Because you finally went down. Two people died the day Kanye's mom died. Only one of them stopped breathing. I read that. I didn't understand that. Somebody in one of the comments said that, and I was just like, that's so real. And like, I say this because I'm really speaking about it and talking it because I have that. I understand what Kanye went through. I do. Like, you lose all hope when you lose your anchor. Because my dad passed the same around the same time my life finally started moving forward. And when you fight tooth and nail in order to get to the place, just to bring the people who you did it all for to not want to go with you, you gonna start going a little crazy. You gonna start going a little crazy. But you also make beauty in that crazy. Because even Chance the Rapper said something about it. He was like, everybody dies. Some write poems. So I put my right arm up and said, right on it. Because when you lose your anchor, and you lose your feeling, it's the only thing you can do is just express. You can just express what you used to feel. You'll never like. It's like, bro, you'll never like. It's the part of success no one ever really wants to talk about. You know, it's the reason why. It's the reason why, as kids, we used to wonder why are there so many depressed rich people? Because how exactly, how exactly do you? How exactly do you celebrate making it to the Garden of Eden in the shit by yourself? It's hard to be strong sometimes. But when you feel the weakest, that means you're the strongest. Everything is the opposite. Love feels like hate. At the end of the day, somebody who doesn't like you actually has way more respect for you than somebody who's lying to you. Love feels like hate. Cause I don't wanna have sore muscles every day. But pass me one of the plus one biceps. So how else am I gonna give it to him? We gotta tap into our roots. We gotta be like our ancestors. They had community. They had integrity. Some of them even had accountability. We weren't all we weren't all at our best state of minds, but we have so many people who fought tooth and nail just to be able to read and write. We have to learn, what did they want to tell us so bad? Maybe that's where the truth really is. Think about it. At the end of the day, like how I am literally sitting here in front of a camera telling you about my experiences and how I learned things in order to help you learn things. Maybe that's the way how they did it for us. So go do the knowledge, learn something. I felt like I've learned way more identity in the Malcolm X autobiography than I ever did looking in a mirror at a school bathroom. We are all great. We all got it in us. The only difference is that some of us went the distance in order to look like how we wanted to look in the past. And the way how we did that is we submitted today and moved for tomorrow. But you got to be careful, because once you lose your anchor, you can't stop moving. But that's pretty much it. Not too long of a podcast episode today. I'm clearly doing this by myself today. But yeah, you man, can't wait for y'all to see me. Like this. I might make it into a vlog too. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm going to do a lot with the 24 hours that I have. And when you see it, bro, ooh, it's gonna be so much fun. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy it. Cause we all deserve to be happy. Including myself. Including you. Cause you're worth it. Alright? That's why I do this. Because you're worth it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Should I do like a Five Nights at Freddy's jump scare? Alright, love you, nigga.